put it on my YouTube later. I'm going to go through and talk about some things I'm doing for Neotropolis. This is kind of an impromptu video. I didn't really rehearse it, but I've gotten a lot of questions about what I'm doing, and I've been kind of leaving people in the dark, and that's intentional because I'm having fun with this. And if you don't follow me already, you're probably not even going to see this video. So there's going to be plenty of people still left in the dark about what on earth I'm doing. But let me get started by saying that this is Hatter of the Waste, of course. You guys know me from Wasteland Talk and from DJ Carter, I Was in Your House, or just from being at Wasteland for a long time. For the Neotropolis event, I will not be going as the Hatter. I will be going as a new character called Glitch. Glitch is going to be an older, disillusioned former tech prodigy. Someone who's my same age in real life, but might have been a tech prodigy and started a big company, and then eventually that company got bought out, or they left the corporate world, and now they're on the far distant moon planet, whatever it is, that is the Neotropolis outpost. Like I said, his handle will be Glitch. Actual name, I'm not sure yet. The company that he used to run, I have an idea, but I'm not sure yet. But the main thing that I will be running is a group called Hack and Slash. This is our logo here behind me on the screen. You can see that it's a gentleman in a suit and tie with a face mask, with some cryptic images of like a power symbol for the eye, a circuit board for the other eye, a USB symbol for the mouth. It's meant to look very much like the group Anonymous. It's very much inspired by real-world hacktivism. The idea is I'm going to bring a lot of old equipment, old laptops, old monitors, Raspberry Pis, anything I can get my hands on to the event, and we're going to be able to hack that stuff in a safe environment where nothing will get destroyed that actually matters to anybody. And if we can work with some other factions, then we will, of course, eventually build more missions and do more as a group. There will be some kind of way to earn your membership as part of the Hacker Collective. It will be a daytime hangout spot for some hacking and some classes on what is hacking, what is ethical hacking, what is open source, what is Linux, some basic stuff like that, because the idea is that even somebody who's not tech savvy could come to these classes and start to learn some actual real world skills that could benefit them. And yeah, I'm not going to be trying to certify you to go work in the IT field, but enough to be able to, maybe install Linux at home and start using it. Mess with a Raspberry Pi at home, basic stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, the group is called Hack and Slash. I wrote the logo, the name in LeetSpeak. If you don't know what LeetSpeak is, hang out on forums more often back in like the mid-90s. when I started hanging out on the internet a lot, and you understand what LeetSpeak is. It's numbers and symbols used to represent English letters, of course, used to mostly to swear and trick forum moderators so that you couldn't read the swearing. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So this logo here in the middle says Hack and Slash in it. This says Hack and Slash here in the center. I can't really point to it with a mouse. But what are we getting into today? So I've talked about this before. I've been building a Raspberry Pi RISC computer, and it's been kind of on hiatus. I've been waiting on some stuff to come in the mail. I've been kind of lost for how to redesign it till I get those parts. And I finally have them, and I finally have kind of a proof of concept. There's still a long way to go. I still have to figure out an operating system. I still have to get a better touchscreen. I still have to redesign the entire housing. But we're getting there. We're making progress. And this project is not dead. It's just been in limbo. So, let's get into that. This is my Raspberry Pi RISC computer here. If you have not seen it before, it is a 800 by 400 touchscreen monitor, and it's wired up to this Raspberry Pi. I'm not going to wire it all up right now because this is just me showing you what it was, but it will be better. because I've been trying to shrink it down. I built it around a Raspberry Pi 3 originally, then they put out the Raspberry Pi 4, so I bought that and built it around that. Now they have what's called the Raspberry Pi Compute Module, and that's even smaller, and I want to use that now. But of course, that got delayed. I got put on a waiting list, had to wait months to get one. Then, of course, the Raspberry Pi Compute Module, I'm going to show you guys. Let me bring up some of my other screens that I had prepared here. Ha ha ha, window within a window. Let me subtract this since nobody's commenting anyway. But I'm on the screen. Look at all those me's. There's like 3 of me. But let me, yeah, we'll just do that for now. Okay. Let's go actually to one of these pages. Let's go here. Okay, that's better. All right. So, the Raspberry Pi Compute Module. What on earth am I even talking about? I will show you. So, the Raspberry Pi Compute Module is this little board. If I can find a good picture of it. There we go. It's this little board right here. So I'm going to show you mine, because I actually have one, of course. If you look at the screen on the left here, you will see my cell phone camera is zooming in on it. So this is the Raspberry Pi Compute Module. It is a smaller version of the Raspberry Pi 4. Okay? It has onboard memory. It has an 8 gig RAM and 32 gigs of onboard storage. It is the smallest form factor most powerful Raspberry Pi on the market. And hard to find right now, actually. Like I said, I ordered mine and ended up on back order and took months to get it. And then it is plugged into a companion board that is the Raspberry Pi Piunora. I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's a crowdsourced project that I followed and backed. And I just got this in the other day. So you take the compute module and you plug it into this companion board. Otherwise, you cannot connect to the compute module. And then on here, we have a HDMI, we have a USB, we have a USB-C that I'm currently using for power. And then, like I said, there's onboard memory. But I also had an SD card plugged in just in case I needed that. I've got that running out to a USB hub, and connected to the USB hub, I have a keyboard, I have a wireless keyboard, I have a pen mouse, and I have a regular old-fashioned optical mouse. What else do I have going on in my room right now? I have my camera that's set up to focus on that screen there. I have my green screen behind me. And I have multiple cameras right now. So this is insanity. Welcome to my life as a hacker. I might be a crazy person. I'm definitely a crazy person. So I want you all to see some things that I've been working on here. First of all, let's see if we can get that screen to come back up because it's in sleep mode. There we go. It's on YouTube right now. So the sound's not working quite yet. I have to go through its configurations and figure out what I need to do to get the sound working. But this is running on the Raspberry Pi Compute Module. And if I make that screen a little bigger, let's see which screen is it? It's this one. Okay. Okay, you can see now, like the camera's tilted at a weird angle. Forgive me, I didn't really rehearse this all. But you can see the mouse is moving. That's the regular optical mouse. Plug in with no issues. We have the pen mouse that I gotta turn on because it's been in sleep mode. Also works with no issues. No drivers, no nothing needed. We have the wireless keyboard. Turn that on because it's also in a sleep mode. And that works with no issues. Then, of course, we have the good old traditional keyboard. So, like I said, I got the Wi-Fi set up. I got the first boot set up. And I can, surf the web. So, I just don't know why I don't have sound yet, but I will solve that problem. We will definitely have to look into some other operating systems, because right now we're just using Raspbian, and Raspbian's not built for a touchscreen. So eventually I might use something else, Kali or Kodi, or I don't know yet. I needed this smaller board to really be able to figure out what I want to do with this project, so I can shrink everything down. So now if we go to this screen, I can give you guys some better information on what all I have been doing. So like I said, this project has not been dead, but it has been waiting on parts. So the project that I backed is this board here. So like I said, this is the Raspberry Pi Compute Module 4. It has the one I bought. There's multiple options available, but I bought the most expensive, most powerful one you could buy. I think it cost me like $95. It has 32 gigs of onboard memory or storage, and then 8 gigs of onboard RAM. It has the same capabilities as the Pi 4, so it can do up to 2 displays. It can do up to 4 USB. I think 2 of them USB 3.0. It can do a camera. It can do everything that, this one can do. It's just smaller. It doesn't have an Ethernet, but it has the ports. If you get the bigger developer board, you can get all of this extra stuff. The board I backed, using the wrong mouse and keyboard, has an HDMI, a USB 2.0, and a USB-C. Okay, and if you scroll down here on their crowdsourced page, it gives you a lot of detail. So you have the USB mode, which you have to do in order to write a system to it. You have the USB-C, which is used for power. I think you can power off the GPIO pins that are over here. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Of course, it's got like a reset/shutdown button here. It's got another button over here that might similar reset shutdown type thing. Or I think you can hold this down for the USB boot mode for when you're writing to the system. It's got an HDMI 2.0. Yeah, it's got a lot, and I haven't quite figured out how to use it all yet. I just got it a couple days ago, so this is my first time even running the operating system on it, because I had no operating system installed on my Pi 4 compute module because I didn't have any way to plug into it until I got this thing. I didn't want to buy their big full developer board that's way too large for what I want to do, so I backed this project instead and had to wait like a year for it. So they have a lot of documentation, a lot of information about what everything does. I have not read through it all yet. It's a lot to learn for sure. So we will see what all comes out of this project. But of course, they have their own web page that walks you through instructions on how to set up the board, how to write to its memory. They show you how to write to an SD card, but then they also give you a link to go to the Raspberry Pi webpage and write to the onboard memory. So basically, through kind of cobbling both these two together with the Linux terminal commands and the instructions on their website, I was able to get the working operating system. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm in the weeds here, figuring this stuff out as I go. And so now I want to test out some other operating systems and see what else I can do. And I want to get a better 1080p touchscreen that can do like multi-touch. I've found one online, but it's going to cost me a little bit of money. But I want to get that so I can get this project really going the way I want it to be. So that's pretty much it. I could go deeper into a lot of this stuff, but it just gets more and more into the weeds. I don't have everything figured out for this project yet. I just really was excited to show this off. My Raspberry Pi RISC computer project is moving along. I will get this thing functioning and hopefully in a much smaller package, and we will see where it goes from there. All right, guys, this is Hatter of the Waste, or Glitch, or the founder from Wasteland Talk, or from Hack and Slash. Whatever way you want to look at it, Neotropolis is coming, and we are trying to get ready. It's going to be in April. We will see how much I can actually pull off this first year because I have a lot of ideas. I don't think I have all the resources or all the money to pull them all off. And I'm going to need help from people. And so if this is something that appeals to you, if you've been seeing my weird cryptic images on Neotropolis Central and you've been like, what on earth is going on? Message me. Hit me up, get involved. I would love to walk you through my crazy ideas because some of it I have figured out, some of it is more vague concepts, but I want to create a group of mercenary hackers that can kind of play in a safe hack sandbox. So we can hack our own equipment, and if we get to work with the factions and figure out some missions with them that of course doesn't make their actual systems vulnerable, and we can do everything in a safe, controlled, we're not trying to wreck your system but fun hacking type of way. That's what I want to do. I'm an ethical hacker. I'm not trying to break into your bank or steal your credit card number. I just really like playing with computers and pushing them to the extreme, seeing what I can do that no one else has thought of or only a few people have tried to do before. I've hacked just about every phone I've ever owned, just about every computer I've ever owned. I do it all, and I do it for fun. I do it because I enjoy it, because I like teaching myself new skills. But I am not the most skilled hacker in the world. But through Neotropolis, maybe I get a chance to play that character, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. And so if you guys want to be involved in that, even with limited tech skill, we can teach you. And if you know how to build stuff and wire stuff and know how to work with like solar power and stuff like that, we might really still need your help because it's going to require solar power and infrastructure of some sort to do a lot of this stuff. And I don't know what all I'm going to be able to do this first year, but it's going to grow over time. And I've got a lot of ideas and not necessarily a full understanding of how all of them are going to work. But thank you guys for watching, for whoever has watched. Nobody really commented, I don't know. Check it out later. Message me on Facebook or Instagram. I'll post this on my YouTube. Yeah, if you have any ideas and you want to get involved, let me know. And until I talk to you all again, this is Hatter/Glitch signing out. So thank you all for checking out my little video here. It's a lot to cover because I've been doing a lot with this project, but I've been doing a lot behind the scenes that I wasn't always sharing with everybody. So there you go. There's my update as to what I'm working on for Neo. Alright guys, thanks for watching. It's Hatter/Glitch/the founder signing out. Hello, I think I'm live, maybe? Let's see here. Event log. Get started, add graphics. Go away. Let's go to my page. Don't know for sure if I'm live or not. Oh, looks like I might be. Hello, can anybody, am I here? Am I still for sure if I'm live? It says 36 seconds. Okay, so I guess I am live.